Let's call the meeting to order. Start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we just need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So we have a motion by Amanda.
Second.
Seconded by Derek. All in favor? 508. And we just need a motion for the consent agenda. Just remember, if you have any questions, now is time to pull it out to get them answered. Or if you need to abstain from anything, now's the time to do so.
I don't know whether I abstained from anything or not, because it never would come up on my email this time.
No, you're good.
I just have one question.
Everybody's good, I believe.
Check 50291, Nevco Sports. It's 22,000 scoreboards. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Those
all
all
I-
action taken.
Yeah, I said. Which looks good. I was at the game last night. Looks
What
really
is
good.
the, do we pay Little Cardinals a fee every month? Cause I saw that on
Say it again, what?
the list. The bill to
It's
Little
the
Cardinals. Is it for the?
tuition, it's a tuition for our early childhood
Okay,
kids.
I figured it had something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3,300 or something.
Yeah.
We're actually placing kids there. That's
Yeah.
why.
Any other questions?
Do we have to make a separate motion, Dr. Rob, on the ballot language? Then are we just approving it?
Just proving it.
You got a question about it?
What's in consent is just your board members that are running. The change
Yeah.
board language is going to be further down.
All right.
So if nobody has any more questions, we just need a motion.
I'll make motions to approve the consent agenda.
We've got a motion by Amanda. Seconded by Derek again. All in favor? 508. Next, we have a presentation by Mr. Casey Pemberton.
Casey is a member of the Masonic Lodge in California. I'll let him tell you a little bit about a donation they're going to make and a little bit about his organization. And Mr. Williams, superintendent at California, and I went out. They invited us out, and we went out and talked about some student needs, and they're responding to those needs. So, Casey, go ahead.
I don't know if this is on or not.
It is, yeah.
Perfect. So we talked last year, it's been a while.
It was cold, I remember.
A lot of things happened, but about trying to help out with some of the student lunch debt and everything. So we got a check for $2,500, 2,502, sorry, to try to help out with that a little bit. And,
Craig,
Yes,
you're gonna
thank you,
go up
sir.
here? Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Got it.
Hold that sheet and hold it posed so she can get the picture.
Sound like you're good.
What she
Shake with
said.
your right hand. There you go.
Graduation.
No, I haven't.
Thank you.
That's Bo's job.
Oh.
I just delegate.
Anything you want to tell us about your organization, how that came about, Casey?
Oh, okay. We'll do another one.
I do one more.
Sure.
My secretary told me to get pictures.
Here you go, bud.
Okay, we'll do it.
Would you have it on speed?
No, really slow.
Slow motion.
There you go.
Perfect.
Mr. Pemberton, do you want to tell us a little bit about your organization?
Yeah, so it's, we used to have a lodge here in Tipton, but they folded it back into us like 20 years ago. It's for men about 18 and up. We tried to help the community. I don't know what else to say. The idea is making good men better. We require simply a belief somehow in deity. That is your personal decision. And that, I think that covers it. Like I said, we've been trying to kind of expand. We're in California, so we've been kind of focused on California in the past. And I think the idea is we're the only Masonic Lodge in all of Montauk. We'd like to try and get out and try and work with the communities in other cities throughout Montauk County because we're the last lodge left. I don't really know much else to say.
Well, I can tell my experience. I can remember a little bit coming out, warmly greeted both of us, both superintendents that came. We got the invite from the Masonic Lodge, and I'm surprised. Didn't know we had one around. I think you had about 30 or 40 people there. Had a really nice dinner. You fed us. That was really nice.
Trying to do that.
And everybody was very asking a lot of questions about student needs and how that your group could help with students in need in our county. And I appreciate that. Appreciated the invite too. And you guys following through on that. That's awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for coming out.
How often do you guys meet?
Second and fourth Tuesdays, 7 o'clock, and we try to have a dinner about once a month.
Is that your fundraiser, or is your dinner, or how do y'all fundraise?
We do once a year. We do a fish fry. We run the 4th of July parade in California, so we started doing hot dogs after the 4th of July parade. That's most of what our fundraising is. We have 2 scholarships out of California school. One for the English department. George Shelley, I'm sure everybody even over here knew him. He was our secretary for years, and he started that one. And then our Eastern Star chapter, which unfortunately also folded a while back, had Opal Clark. There was a music scholarship there. And I think other than that, we don't really do much on fundraising. It's mainly dues. Community-wise, we typically do a Christmas basket every year, which we do cover the whole county for that. We try to give about a week and a half to 2 weeks worth of groceries, and also make it so they can have a nice Christmas dinner. Serve families in the community.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. And you've also run for office. You still have some aspirations of that, or tell them about
That
that.
is yet to be seen.
Okay.
But yeah, I ran for state rep back in 2022 against Representative Haley, and he won. And I think he's done a really good job representing our area since.
I saw you at a lot of our events, and I saw you getting around, and
Yeah.
thought you did a good job campaigning.
Thank you.
That's your name out there.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you very much. Moving on into reports. Everybody's got them in front of you. Anybody got any questions or? You got a what?
You got a quick one now. I'm at the top.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Hooray for school. We are back open after an extra week of snow break. Also want to throw out a shout out to Team Tuttle. Derek and David have both completed their training in December, and it was a joy. I heard 18 hours of all about legal and board training and down at the lake, and I heard about the box lunch that they got, and it was awesome. And yeah, okay. I said I was sorry that they got the box lunch because they usually feed the superintendents and administrators better, but I shouldn't have said that.
It was a really good training. I mean,
That's good.
What was her name, Derek?
I don't know. She did very good.
Yeah.
And I think she represented the rural educators very well. I talked to Dr. Rob about it, and it just seemed like it was more to our level and what we would be accomplishing, at a rural school where it's not so much bigger schools. They kind of went to our level and what we would be dealing with in some of this position. Mayor did a great job.
That's the first time we've used Mayor before. We're affiliated with both. Both of them run services for school boards. Mayor has been affiliated. I kind of talked to Derek a lot about it and Dave, and I said, hey, that's another option for you because kind of get locked into just MSBA, and well, sometimes you can't always make those dates. And that's kind of that role. So I'm glad both of you guys kind of tried out mayor for us, and I'm glad it turned out. Jamie Burkhart, I think, is who you're
Yeah,
talking about. And our legal counsel was there as well. Emily Omohandro was there, so we had ed counsel too. So you had some good people down there. I was glad to hear that. Our auditors are finishing up. I think we're about 95% done. The auditors, not for the fiscal audit, but the audit of our food service, which is supposed to happen every 3 years. And this is the more in-depth one. They do like a desk audit. They look at the fiscal stuff. They go through and how we're counting meals. They actually walk through our kitchen today. We have been shoveling documents. When I say we, it was Carrie, me, Jennifer at OPA. Lisa gave us a few things, and they were asking for a lot of different things. And I thought, this started in November, guys, and it's been going on up until now. And even during the week last week, they were still sending us stuff. So when you have a federal program like that, I learned some things. They're going to ask a lot of questions, and this made it even worse. I've been hearing about superintendents talking about how much time this took up. They weren't exaggerating because some other districts were ahead of us. And what they do, or what DESE has done, is because they kind of have a skeleton crew. They don't have enough personnel to do it all, is what they've told me. So they have contracted out. So we had a gal from Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arizona and Florida here today. And so they all come together and they go around Missouri and do these food service audits now. So Carrie was probably the most instrumental of all of them. I said, Carrie, where can we find all of these applications for every kid that had free and reduced lunch? She had them all. So she was right on top of things. And I was pulling a lot of policy. Lisa was pulling some fiscal things. And Jen was pulling a lot of food stuff, right, Jen? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we got a good report today. Very minor things that have come up. They want a few extra phrases in a letter. One of them, they were looking at point of sale and where we check kids out, always making sure they have 3 items versus 2. Some of our elementary kids would just grab 2 items. Sometimes they're supposed to have 3 to have a meal, so they noted that. And this was a big one. You ready? The Cheez-Its we had were 10 calories too high. So we got to think about different Cheez-Its. So you have to have 200 calorie snacks on those smart snacks. And so they're thinking our Cheetah, even though they're wheat and everything else, we kind of contested that a little bit, didn't we, Jen? It was really a point of contention. But I'm being a little bit sarcastic, you know that. But nothing major. The report was very good. I was just glad we could all shovel it to them and give them what they wanted in short order, because it just seemed like we were getting 5 different people hitting us for different things, and they all thought they were the chief auditor. So one of the suggestions they also have heard from districts around the state is they need to do this differently because they have it so segmented and you're hearing from all these different people at once. So I think it'll get changed after we get through it this year. So we survived though. And I think it'll be fine. We'll get some findings on that written up, but they gave those to us today. Snow and ice, I'd like to thank our maintenance and our custodial crew for shoveling and salting and shoveling some more and getting us where we could actually be open on Saturday. We didn't make it during the week, but we got open on Saturday for some junior high ball. I was kind of afraid we wouldn't be open at all, but Bob and the crew had a little adjustment hours. Say, hey, let's just let this get past on Friday, and they hit it, and we were back open and had a whole bunch of junior high games that everybody was anxious to play and get out of the house, I think. So awesome job on that.
Good job, Bob.
Yeah, man. Bob is really good with the snow plow. I just want to put that out there. He's really good with the snow plow. I was like, Bob, is that thing working? He said it was good. He's been hacking on it for a while. So, let's see. And Steve, our athletic director, who's out with Lady Cards tonight, but Steve and Coach Culpepper constantly, I think they rescheduled things 3 or 4 different times trying to figure out when people were going to play. And we finally got to Saturday, and we're starting to catch up now this week and give kids some good activities because they've been cooped up a long time with their parents too. And I think that's all the cool things I had to talk about. Went to the chamber meeting during the snow, and Amanda was there with me. I talked to them a little bit about some of our issues that are coming up in April. We'd really like to see our local organizations pass resolutions that are just no monetary commitment, but they would say, we support the school and we'd like to see this happen for the school and the community. Those two issues, one being for a levy to maintain our teachers' salaries at a competitive level and comparable to other schools our size in mid-Missouri. That's a 50-cent levy, and also for the no tax increase bond levy, which would build that really nice multi-purpose building, which I think is a great opportunity. And so everybody's standing together as one and saying this is a great thing for our kids. So that's all I've got to say about that. Any questions? And you have all your administrator reports. They all can't be here because some of them are supervising. We're able to find a little bit of coverage for some of them.
There's a lot of things going on. Anybody have anything for our administrators that are here? No? All right, moving on, new business. First one's approval of the lease agreement with the city of Tipton for the ball fields. I mean, it's the same as last year.
Same as last year, we're just recommending we go ahead and approve that. I appreciate the city getting that to us early so that we're not kind of starting the season. They did a good job getting it back to us and letting us know what they could work with. Appreciate Mark and his crew sending that over to us. I'm gonna recommend approval for that. We just need a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the lease agreement with the city to use the softball and baseball field. Motion by myself, second by Bo, all in favor? 7-0, Amy. Next is a revision to the ballot language. I think it's in front of you. We're trying to make this as simple as possible.
This was brought up by Derek last time. I wanted to make it more explicit. I thought it was a great idea. Ran it past our lawyer. Now it says exactly where that will be. So that'll make a change when we come up in August and set our tax levy, because we'll actually have that denoted into that fund. Everybody will be able to see it. That's going to be a public piece. It goes in the teacher's fund. Now, very common, and we do it all the time. You check with Lisa or check with any school district. You go from general fund 1, general operations fund, and you're always transferring to wherever you need the money. This 50 cents will just be locked in to the teacher's fund. It won't be able to move. Can't move legally. So when this passes, let's all be positive. When this passes, when we set our levy for the district for property tax, you're going to see 50 cents, Fund 2. And it's going to be right on the notice for everybody to see. So it's going to be locked in there. And that's what we want people to know. Eric had a good suggestion there, and I think that's the way we should go. So I'm going to recommend the board approve that and amend that language. And
Legal was okay with how it was worded?
Yep. Took me a little back and forth to get them nailed down. They thought it I will tell you, they thought it was very odd that we were doing that because nobody does it that way. I explained it to them why, and good transparency for everybody. No questions like the ones you brought up that you were hearing, and there's no doubt in anybody's mind there. There it is.
All right, I'll make a motion to repeal the language to read as follows. Shall the Board of Education of the Tipton School District be authorized to increase operating tax levy by 50 cents per $100 of assessed valuation? Such increase to be deposited into the special revenue fund to maintain teacher salaries at a competitive and comparable level to school districts of similar size. If this question is approved, the adjusted operating levy ceiling of the district is estimated to read out $3.4671 per $100 of assessed value.
Motion by Bo, seconded by Derek. All in favor? 7-0, Amy.
Hey, I just want to make a point real quick, Bo. I'm glad to have you back because I read that last time and it didn't sound near as slick.
I don't know about slick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Derek?
Derek? 7-0. Then the last item in new business is there's a review of bids there because our outside walk-in cooler went down.
Oh, you want,
I
sorry.
think
Bob's
Bob's been
gonna talk about it.
spearheading this.
Call Sunday night about 8 o'clock. Told me that, the cooler wasn't working as well as he thought it should. So shut that off.
Sorry, guys.
So I went up there to check it out. I called Ridge Martin from Butzer Heating and Cooling, or whatever their name is. And he actually showed up in about 30 minutes. When I got there, I found that the breaker for the compressor had been thrown. Reset it. It immediately tripped. I helped Ridge. He got up there, diagnosed it, that the compressor was locked up. Wasn't any other small issues with it. He recommends that we upgrade the unit with the outside unit and the inside unit and upgrade it to the new mandated Freon that they come out with this year in January. I contacted 5 other companies with the information that I got off the walk-in cooler. I have yet to have any quotes come back on updating it. I contacted the manufacturer of the cooler and found out that the build date was 2004 of it. So other than the quote that we got from Butzer, I really don't know where that is price range. I do know that this is the 4th time since I've been here for a little over a year that we've had issues with this cooler. I know twice we lost a couple $1,000s worth of food in it. The other 2 times, which those was like on weekends, and we come in on a Monday and everything was spoiled in it. One time we had a issue with a resistor, I believe it was. That was when I first hired on, but it was during the week and we was able to get it fixed pretty quickly. We had another time that it went down, the thermostat went out. The time before this time, we had a sweat joint come loose and lost all the Freon out of it. We had to have that repaired. But that's about the only history or my knowledge of the deal there. I kind of agree with Ridge. We need to update it because my understanding with this new Freon, it's going to be hard to get parts for the old Freon, and we would have to buy our own Freon, which that's part of that $6,000 just to repair it bid is a Freon, which we would keep what wasn't used. But I also feel that it's just a Band-Aid on a gigantic sore, in my personal opinion.
Any chance the weather caused the problem?
Doubtful.
Maybe for an insurance thing?
Sure. Yes. I don't have Union Electric or whatever here is in town, Ameren. I'm on Comos. I don't know if we had any flickering or anything like that where it could have caused it to cycle. That is a possibility though. But I wouldn't think that it would cause the compressor to lock up. It would have probably caused a capacitor or something like that to go out. Snow lightning.
Ice dam.
Thunder snow. What's your recommendation, Bob? What do you think we should do? I know we talked about it some.
My personal opinion, Ridge has done a lot of work. Our Butzers has done a lot of work for us. We run into periods of time that they're the only people that'll call us back or even show up.
That's the truth.
Is there anything else needs to be done to the roof of that? Like, is there TPO or anything needs to be replaced, the rubber stuff for weatherproofing?
I have to admit, this is the first time that I've been up there and it was ice and snow
This
covered.
might be something to consider if you're gonna put a new compressor, but it does have that TPO on it. Because the compressor's 20 years old, it's
You can already come out. Put some
one small piece, yeah, absolutely.
But yes, that'd be definitely something that we'd look
It didn't
into.
used to leak. There was always water inside.
And we haven't noticed it, you talk about inside the cooler itself. Now, there hasn't been any water in it since I've been here. I don't know what's been done to it in the past.
How quick can Butzer get this done?
We could have proceeded with it on Monday. They would already have it running by now. The parts are in St. Louis. They had somebody that could run and pick them up. We could have started on it Tuesday morning.
They're ready. Okay.
Probably time to replace this.
Yes. I agree with Bob. There's no sense to put a Band-Aid. Throwing money at a bad idea. If we go with option one is what that's just my opinion.
Mine too.
Get another 20 years out of it, that's pretty good.
Right.
I vote on it.
All right, I'll move to approve the bid from Butzer for option one to replace the cooler. I think that bid is for $12,500.
So I've got a motion by Bo. Seconded by Kelly. All in favor? 7-0, Amy.
I appreciate Bob jumping right on it on a weekend at night, give me a call, keeping me in the loop. I was coming back from Skyline at the time. I was like, why is Bob calling me on Sunday night? Or from Columbia, I guess I was coming from. I was like, whoa, what's going on? So he's right on top of it. Appreciate that.
All right, I'll make a motion to bring us into executive
Hold on,
session.
there's a second part to that, isn't there? Dishwasher.
We don't have anything on the dishwasher yet. Bob, you got any updates on that? They were talking to me about, maybe Jim can tell me too.
We have a small issue with the dishwasher. Other issue we're having was water softener. Still functioning. Valve pops off. Water softener not working.
And those can be quite expensive. I can remember during the pandemic, we did about a $6,000 repair, and they had half of it on the floor apart and putting new things inside of it and stuff Dr. Rob didn't understand stuff. So we've done a lot to that too. So I know Bob's been on top of it. He'll probably give us a recommendation our next meeting or sooner. And we got an intern meeting coming up, so we may have that by next week. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. You don't have to stay unless you want to at this point. You're good. It's all done. Yeah, I was all of it. So, yeah. Thank you.
No, you're good. I'll move us into executive session. Discuss 1, 3, 9, and 13. Include the Board of Education, Dr. Robinson, Ashley Pettigrew.
So we got a motion by Bo. Seconded by David. Bo.
Yes.
David, yes. Ashley, Kelly, Amanda,
Yes.
Derek, yes. Myself, yes. 7-0, Amy. Thank you all for coming.